Hey guys, Brian Fisher with Edge Fitness. Another great, beautiful day. We're just out for a walk outside, and it is definitely beautiful. Hopefully you're getting out to take advantage of that, getting active, getting moving around. Dropped one last week on just getting into a routine, getting started, and getting ready for something. Maybe making a change in your activity level, maybe intensity, the frequency, the type you're doing. Maybe you're getting ready to, as it's nicer out more consistently. You've got an idea that, hey, I'm going to run a 5K or do a triathlon this summer. Maybe it's part of your norm and you're just getting ramping up for your season, but ramping up, changing that intensity level a little bit, changing how much you're working on, the type you're doing. Yard work, how many of you have been doing that? Been doing a lot outside, trying to get stuff ready, from mowing to cleaning out flower beds to planting in gardens to just working out in the yard, doing all kinds of things. Maybe you got deck projects, washing windows, cleaning siding, lots of fun things that you're doing out there. Fun, right? Yeah, doing all those house projects. You're doing some inside spring cleaning, going up and down flights of stairs, lifting boxes, getting them down from high places, organizing that closet or garage for the umpteenth time. Spring cleaning, getting ready for summer. Now you want to go walking and hiking, backpacking, maybe some camping with family like we love to do. So much that you want to do. We talked last week of, are you ready to do that? How can you prevent some of those nagging aches and pains that come up? Massage therapist with our chiropractor in there. You see a lot of people come in this time of year with those aches and pains. Hey, I'm starting to increase my mileage, my time on the bike, I'm getting the pool, that shoulder's bugging me, my knees bugging me on the bike, with my hip or my low back from doing too much braking and digging and lifting, bending, twisting, all those movements that we should be able to do as humans because we are made to move. But movement sometimes when we're not as ready for it because we're trying to go from sitting on the couch and jumping right into a 5K instead of progressing, we're just trying to get up and start doing some movement. We need to know if our body's ready. And think about this one. Bought a car recently, not too long ago, test drove a few things. Because if you walk in and say, hey, I really want to do a triathlon, I want to do an Ironman. Have you ever done one before? Nah, no big deal. I did some running and stuff back in the day and I can just jump right into it. Okay, sure, yeah, let's go. That's one option. You walk into that used car lot. Hey, that's a nice looking car, I'll take it. Do you want to test drive or anything? No, I'll just take it. I'll take your word for it. It's a good, safe car. Cool, no issues. Hey, do you have any ankle, knee, hip, back, anything like that? Oh, no, I'm fine. I move great. I sit behind a desk all day, but I'm ready to just jump right into a triathlon training routine. Neither one of those is a good situation. Buying a used car without taking it for a test drive and just jumping right into a training program that you don't really know. You might feel like you're ready to do it. You might be willing, but how able are you? Movement screening is one of the big things that I talked about of being able to prevent some of those aches and pains because we want to put movements into three different kind of categories. We need to correct, protect, or develop. If we need to be in that protect bucket, that is something that, all right, we need to protect you from further injury of yourself. If you already have some pain or dysfunction, those are some things that, all right, we can maybe do some work with, depending on our scope of practice. If you're a trainer and massage therapist, or just one or the other, or a chiropractor, or if we need to refer out to a physical therapist, we want to protect you from further harm or future harm within that. The correct, hey, you got something going on here. It's not pretty, it's not perfect, but with that, I think we can work on correct teaching you how to move that, finding some tricks to get the body to tap into its potential that's there, but getting into see how to make those corrections on its own, correct some movement patterns. The develop, that's a green light. We're good to go, let's hit it, let's get after that good fun fitness stuff with things like kettlebells and sandbags and dumbbells and ropes and sleds to allow you to do the things that you want and need to do. We always say during the summer, I say, don't hit pause, right? You can dial up, dial down. If you're getting ready to do more endurance type activities, you know you're going to be active more in the yard, don't hit pause on your gym time, all right? Strength training is huge for being able to withstand injury and not have to take as much effort to do anything outside of the gym. I was talking to someone about wanting to go and do a 5K run, and we explained, like, for runners, any kind of endurance athlete, but especially runners, for running, why is strength training important? Kind of going off topic here a little bit, but it applies. As you run, take 2 to 4 times your body weight. Okay? For easy math, I'm going to round up not quite 200 pounds, but we're going to say, okay, so if I'm going out for a run, if I take twice my body weight, again, rounding up, 400 pounds, every single step for 1,500 steps. That's on average how many steps it takes to go 1 mile. All right, so let's see if we can do the math here. We got 400 times 1,500. That's a lot of hundreds already. That's a big number right there. If you're doing a 5K, it's 3.1 miles. So now take that 400 times 1,500 times 3.1. Big numbers. That piles up very, very quickly. So if you're running that impact load, that stress of hitting the pavement every single step for those 1,500 steps per mile, that racks up very quickly. Are you strong enough to hold good posture, good position? Is your body able to do that? That's just one example. The twisting, the bending, all those things. You see these fun kits that we have around this year for the different types of movement screens that there are. We have some that just don't take any kind of equipment. You can just do your body weight, maybe this PVC pipe over here, but it helps us to take that used car. No one's ever been offended to being called a used car before when we talk about this. But we take you as a used car and take you for a little bit of a test drive. Okay? To see, are there any asymmetries, limitations, weaknesses, imbalances that you present in just very broad, fundamental, functional movement patterns, ones that we as humans do every single day. How well can you do those movements? And then we rank those movements. It's not a performance test, but it is a test to see how competent you are in your movement, kind of a movement readiness assessment to see, can you do these well enough? Are you in the correct and develop buckets? We don't want to see if you're in the, or we don't want to see you in the protect, but if you aren't, we can find that ahead of time. If you find out that that car that you want to take on a family vacation this summer, down to Florida or Texas or California, something like that, if you find out on the road that the brakes are bad, or that there's something wrong with the engine, and you're halfway there and you're stuck, that's not good. You want to know that ahead of time so you don't even get that car in the first place. You protect from that future harm. Or you say, hey, I want to get this fixed. Can we correct this problem? You corrected it, and boom, it's a great vehicle. You can safely go on that trip and have a wonderful time. Or you find out, wow, this is a great vehicle. It's a good one. You can go and take it with confidence on that trip and drive it around town, all the things that you want and need to do with it. So to help avoid those nagging aches and pains, doing a movement screen anytime you're ready to start a new training program, whether you are, I've never done anything before, whether it's an endurance-based activity, whether it's taking on a fitness challenge, whether it's starting a boot camp, or just exercising on your own, whatever that is, doing a movement screen is very important because it helps us see how ready you are and identify some of those imbalances, weaknesses, asymmetries, all that, that can hold you up down the road, really slow your progress, and or completely derail you with a potential injury. That can also affect your work, it can affect how you are at home with your family, with your friends, it can affect your training, and the goals that you want, that big why that's motivating you to get going, to change your activity, not just the warm weather, you got something behind it. That movement screen helps to see, are you ready for it? And how can you become more ready for it? And if you are ready, it helps us set that path, because you're on the right roadmap, to reaching your success. But not knowing those things ahead of time is setting you up for failure potentially. Knowing what that looks like, being able to go through a simple movement screen, takes very little time, very little effort to go through these. But when we do these with a client, when we take them through it and see where those issues might potentially be before we start a training program, that is very big. And it can give us ways that, hey, when you're out braking, working in the yard, here's some ways to work through this, because the movements we do here in the gym, we come over and we pick up that kettlebell, okay? Now I'm out in the yard and I'm picking up a pot, picking up a bag of swoops. Those movements aren't just to say, hey, I deadlifted 53 pounds. That movement is to get you stronger, to do the things that you want and need to do. But we need to know, are you ready for that hip hinge? kettlebell swings, like awesome, I want to do those are so cool, one of my absolute favorite exercises. But if you're not even ready for that deadlift, you should be starting on the ground with doing a bridge or even working on a toe touch progression. How do you know that? Is through a movement screen. So we can look and see maybe why that low back, some of those necks, some of those shoulders, it's not a diagnostic tool, right? We're trainers, fitness coaches, PTs uses, chiropractors uses, they can do diagnostic assessments. They can do higher up levels. There's a whole system to movement screening where we can start with fitness movements and then progress into medical assessments as needed to go deeper into it. But this is where we can identify some of those to help, one, prevent some of that injury, to make anything worse, to exacerbate, make worse something that might already be there that you haven't identified yet. So to prevent those nagging aches and pains from creeping up again. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to catch everything. Things still happen. You can go out and still lift something wrong when you're tired or in a hurry. Any of that, so pacing yourself and taking your time, progressively going after something, those are all more than what we talked about in the video last week. But when we do these movement screens, or there's just a quick movement screen with just your body weight, a full functional movement screen, wide balance test, we've got fundamental capacity screens. We can do a lot of cool things. If you're a golfer, we can do the TPI fitness test for your golf screen. Those are really cool things to see exactly where you're at and help you find that best path forward while limiting those movements that you should be avoiding, identifying them first, helping you stay in those lanes and progress while making sure we don't make anything else worse. So movement screening is one of the great ways to identify, do you have a soft tissue issue, do you have a mobility or a stability or a motor control issue that we can look and see and help you see what direction to take or not take within that training program as you look at changing that intensity or that height and everything else that you are wanting to do. So if this is all a new thing for you to be thinking of, we'd love to help you out, get you in and take you through one of these movement screens. Again, they're very simple, but they provide a ton of information to help you know, am I on the right track? If you are, awesome, you keep going. If you need to make some little changes, awesome, we can help you do that. Or if you're just starting from scratch, a great time to do it because we're starting with a clean slate. If you got a whole bunch of bad habits, we can help you out with those too. Sign up for one of our free roadmap intro sessions. We would love to get you in to chat with you and find out which path would be the best one for you to take and help you walk that path, go right alongside you as you get summer ready. Again, don't hit pause on getting into the gym. Even if you're really busy out there, getting a plan to know, all right, what are some things that you can work on more efficiently in the gym to keep you going and help you be stronger for everything else that you want and need to do outside of it. So, love to hear from you guys. If it's something you've done before, it's good to have it checked up again. So, either way, wherever you're at on that, this is a great tool to help with avoiding those summer aches and pains. So, let us know. Hit us up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to these videos. Share them with somebody you know, like, love, reasonably tolerate, so they can also be out doing the things that they want and need to do. So, take that all in. Lots in there. Love to hear from you. Love to help you out with this. Until then, and until next time on here, guys have a great day.